I'm Jack Weinberger of the Paul Farrington Show. And before we start this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. It goes a long way.
And welcome in to the Paul Farrington Show, the Week 2 preview show here. We have Jack Weinberger back, Andrew Keenan back, Robert Ziggy Ziegler back, Zach Bloomquist, the best producer in the world, is also back.
By the way, just to tell the fans where we were, me and Jack were on at an all-inclusive resort with our BYU money.
Yes.
I hope you boys, or boys, girls, all the listeners.
Well, girls, there's
pick.
many girl listeners.
Yeah, boys, girls, tailed that pick. Free money. Me and Andrew were up till 2:30. And once that game ended, we were drinking away, baby.
I drank
Fun
way
time.
too many beers during the game. Could not move all Sunday.
I hope the listeners tailed. I hope they tailed.
So that was a great win. Jack didn't get to celebrate his Steelers win or his BYU win, but a great pick. You moved to 2-0 on the year. Very impressive, by the way.
Thank you.
Very impressive.
Actually,
never doubt my mind.
What's wrong, Andrew?
This is what I'm going to do. I don't know if you see this yet. I'll come back. I'm going to put a tally in purple next to your name for the cap of the week record. So you have two purple, so 2-0.
Okay.
And if you ever get one wrong, I'll put a red.
All right,
They'll never use that.
Sounds great. I mean, the red shouldn't be used ever, but on the off chance that it is, it's there.
And now, real quick, before we actually get into
That's
it
good
here,
podcasting right there.
I do have something that I want to add to the wall.
Wait, did
guys.
it just start recording?
No, we're good. I swung by Walgreens today and printed out a picture here of our good friend Jake Murphy. So Jake, we did promise that Jake would be on the wall. So here we go, Jack. We might just throwing Murph up right next to Godzilla.
Absolutely. Murph, this is for you. This is for you.
A kid picture up there?
This is the one he sent us. He wanted this on the wall.
No,
By the way,
no, this is the picture that
Murph,
Jake Murphy wants.
Murph is now 22. He's not this young. This is him as a little kid.
Yeah.
He's
And
22
even if he
years
is that young, he has great parents letting him to listen to this great show.
Yeah.
So get that on the wall.
Yeah, so that'll go up on the wall. And it's
that is not the one he sent us.
I promise you that's the one he sent us.
that's not the one he said.
No, more on the right. Just so it's behind.
Underneath, so we can see it on camera. Lower. Way lower, Jack. Like the same Godzilla level. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Murphy.
Oh, that's phenomenal
there he is.
stuff.
King Murphy on the Wall of Fans. So, yeah, if you're listening and you want to be on the Wall of Fans, just send us a picture. It could be any picture that you want, because clearly we have no limits here. I mean, if anything, this is really encouraging people to go over and listen to the YouTube
That's
show.
some of the best. That's some of the best. I have no words.
I mean, we currently have a picture of a kid who's 13 on our wall.
No, that's
13. That's like
that's
6.
10. That's 10. That's sub 10. But
Jeffrey's 14, right? That kid's 10 years younger than him.
Make sure we put the quick disclaimer. Again, this kid is 22 now.
and sent us as
Yeah,
photo.
and sent us.
Wait,
Listen,
is
if
my
there's-
mic
if
on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, your mic's
If there's any 5-year-olds out there who want to send us their picture,
But all right. And,
You'll not get up there.
we've actually moved from 0% girls listeners to 6% girls listeners, for those wondering. So,
was that a real stat we
a
have?
real stat.
Hey,
a real
and I
stat.
hope those girls tail BYU with
We
me
hope
and
so.
Andrew.
All right, let's get into football here. What a way to start the show.
Oh, guys,
what a
no, wait.
welcome back.
Really quick. Paul, no place in the world I would rather be behind this mic. I was upset missing the last epised, but you held down the fort.
Thank you.
Had to work, unfortunately.
No. We were in Bermuda.
Oh, you're totally right. We'll cut that. Well, I work from Bermuda. From Bermuda. I got a haircut today at my barber in Mawa, and I got a shampoo for the first time. Like, I didn't just get the cut; I got a shampoo also.
Is that like an extra $20?
Like it was, but well worth it. I recommend it.
I mean,
it felt so
Great
good.
Clips has no.
I was at Supercuts in Mawa. That's where I was.
Maybe I'll have to go.
Highly recommend.
I go to Viral. It's
Phenomenal.
$50.
I go to Great
They
Clips.
include the
It's
shampoo.
$12.99, and you just never know what you're gonna get. I just say whatever you think looks good.
You're in, you're out, whatever looks good. Yeah, exactly. Well, Jack, your hair does look great.
Thanks, Paul. I
Looks
appreciate
great.
it. I did take a nap though, and it kind of shifted.
You would never be
went all
able
over
to
the
tell.
place, but I guess you
Would
can't
never
really
tell.
tell. Thank you.
Jack, what NFL game are you paying attention to this week?
This past week, the Steelers.
No,
You mean this current?
This current week. Week 2. What are you looking ahead?
The Steelers again. We're a dog. Are you kidding me? No, so I know. So that's my own team. Not going to talk about it. Ziggy, I know, will bring that up later. I have my eye on 49ers Seahawks.
Really? So that's a flip from what we discussed in the pregame. All right, 49 Seahawks. What,
Literally 30 seconds ago.
30 seconds ago.
What did I say 30 seconds?
No, it doesn't matter because this is what you want to talk about.
Lions Commanders.
I totally forgot. Yeah, Lions Commanders.
Oh, that's what
No.
you want.
No. Let's go Niners Seahawks.
Okay.
Because this to me, it's like, I see this line at 9.5, right? Niners favored. And it's a bit weird to me. Like, I do think the Niners bounce back, like, tough loss, vicious weather, blew a lead, and lost to the Bears. I do think they'll come home and beat Seattle, who's going to be riding off a high, like, short week, hangover week. But I don't know if I feel comfortable to lay 10 points with Trey Lance and the Niners. Trey Lance, he doesn't show. So I'm lower on Trey Lance than most people are.
Maybe both teams in this situation weren't reflective of how their season will actually be.
I agree with that.
I think that Geno, I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, man. I'm telling you.
Geno Smith is
telling you.
You're buying the Seattle Seahawks.
I might be buying it, yeah.
I guarantee you we're here in a week from now or on Monday or whenever it is, and you will be saying how bad he is.
Look, maybe San Fran blows
That was
him
their
out.
Super Bowl.
I totally agree. I think it'll be a hangover
And he didn't
spot.
even play that well.
But I don't want to lay 10 points to Trey Lance. I think it's a very, very big line.
It is a big line.
Listen, I don't like the line either, but stop with this Geno heroics. Listen, he had an okay game. He checked the ball down all day. Guys were running wide open.
You know what he does?
The Broncos looked horrible.
Geno wins.
Well, no.
Geno loses.
Geno
He's a loser.
Geno wins, and his number one receiver, DK Metcalf, is better with Geno than he was with Russ.
Let's bring Ziggy in here. Ziggy, what do you
Stats
think?
don't lie. Numbers
what do you
don't lie.
think of this 49ers Seahawks game, Ziggy?
I mean, what? Trey Lance played about as good as Geno Smith. Trey Lance played about as good as Geno Smith in astronomically worse conditions. I don't think this one's going to be close.
I agree.
Hey, so Jack, are you buying
Maybe you're
Trey
right.
Lance?
No, I'm not super high on Trey Lance.
No, neither am I. But you can't ignore the fact that he was playing in a monsoon.
I know, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
We were saying on the recap show that unfortunately that he missed. There was
I know.
we were saying
Trust me, I'm pissed that I
we were
missed
saying
that
how
shot.
Trey Lance, though, in that game, we were upset with the 49ers because against the Bears, I felt like that was a matchup in which they need to overpower the Chicago offensive line. In a game where it comes down to the trenches, where you're going to be, playing sloppy football, that seems like a game the 49ers should dominate to me. And the fact that they didn't is a little concerning. I know Kittle was out. I know they were missing a lineman too. So that raised more eyebrows to me than Trey Lance's performance.
I mean, who do they have? Debo Samuel?
Well, they have playmakers.
I mean, I would take Metcalf, Lockett, and Rashad Penny over the Niners offense. Easy.
You would take that
Easy.
over Ayuk, Debo.
I would take the Seattle Seahawks offense over San Francisco's. Yeah.
All right. Well, would you take Geno or Trey Lance?
It's close.
No.
Close.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
And look, hey, Seattle's D balled out too, mind you. That team looked good.
They did. But like Andrew said, that was their Super Bowl.
Oh,
Like,
I'm fully aware.
That
It
was it.
I'm fully aware. I know.
Did you see when the field goal missed? Pete Carroll seriously looked like he won the Super Bowl.
Well, they also should have lost. I mean,
Yeah.
the coach
yeah.
of the Broncos should be fired. He's an idiot.
That was absurd. I mean, and the fumbles.
I mean, also
too.
the fumbling.
Yeah.
The fumbling.
The final score should have been about 35
look,
to 16 or 35-17 Broncos.
Look, don't even get me
Yes.
started on the fumbling because I lost a brutal fantasy. We lost by a point. I had both DK and Javonte, both fumbled. I mean, if just one guy fumbles, I win. They both fumbled.
That was
the
horrible.
quarterback at 4
and
points.
And Andrew's right. That should have been probably a 2-score.
And that's not like it should have been like, oh, they turned the ball over on the 35 as they were driving. Like, they literally had the ball on the 1 and
2-goal line
forgot
plays.
how to play football. Then they had the ball with a future Hall of Fame quarterback on the 50 and said, you know what, we'll just try to make this guy have his
That
career
was
long.
crazy. Ziggy
I think it was a
actually
ridiculous play call.
Ziggy
Or
texted the group
ridiculous.
chat. And he said, "What the hell is going on?"
I mean, you
right
paid
now?
Russ what, like $250 million
don't trust him to get
almost
5
to not
yards?
get 5 yards.
Yeah.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what?
the thing that's strange about this is he went out and said that, like, in their pregame planning, they said if they were in a situation like that, they were going to kick the field goal. And he needed to see in the game it not work out in order to decide that wasn't the right call. Like, everyone was on board with this plan. It's
Do you
so
know how
baffling.
Aaron Rodgers.
So like you're attempting what would be like near a record long field goal.
Second longest field goal ever.
Yeah, on the road instead of letting your guy get 5 yards.
And it's with, like, I mean, Brandon McManus has been a good kicker throughout his career,
He's
but
a
it's
good
not like you
long
have,
ball
like,
kicker.
Justin Tucker, who is like, okay, then maybe I could rationalize
Justin
it a little
Tucker's
bit.
not making that kick.
What?
Oh, I don't think so either. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
maybe if you're the greatest kicker ever, maybe.
What I thought was really funny was when he came out and he took the warm-up kick that I'm not sure if he was actually supposed to take it.
It missed by
And
50
he
yards.
He missed by probably like 10, 15 yards.
I thought they were going
left.
to trot Russ
And
right
then-
back out.
No, but then he started shaking his head like, oh yeah, I could definitely make this one. And I was watching with my brother going, there's no way this kick goes in. Like,
He missed by 50 yards.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking back to is there were all the rumors of Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos. If he's in that situation, Aaron Rodgers is going to look at Nathaniel Hackett and say, fuck off. I'm staying on this field.
Oh, yeah, no chance.
100%.
No chance.
Oh, if I was the
100%.
quarterback, I look at him and say, fuck off, get me back on the field.
Yeah.
I'm picking up 5 yards. You best believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm picking up 5 yards.
So
So is Russell Wilson.
I wasn't a big fan of that because it knocked me out of my eliminator. But so
But
be
look,
it.
there's a very good chance that San Fran comes home angry.
I
Feeling
think San Fran looks good this game and wins.
and it very well could. They very well could. I could be totally wrong.
I think San Fran's going to win
time.
by 7.
It'll be the first time.
7?
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
in that case, it would be a cover for Seattle.
Let's go to Ziggy. Ziggy, what game do you have your eye on in week 2?
Paul, I've got a story to tell you real quick.
Love Ziggy stories.
Andrew
Love Ziggy
Luck
stories.
throws for
Who doesn't?
370 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ahmad Bradshaw leads the Colts in rushing. T.Y. Hilton, 80 yards on just 5 receptions. Blake Bortles throwing interception after interception. Allen Robinson,
no idea.
8 receptions, 80 yards. You know why I'm telling you this story, guys?
No.
This is the last time the Colts won in Jacksonville.
Just throw off.
Jack just spit up all of his water at Ziggy everywhere.
Yeah.
My foot, too. What was that?
Ziggy has me cracking up. I don't know what this man's talking about here.
I'll tell you the moral of the story.
Did you just throw up?
It looked like he starts punching over and like fluid is flying out of his mouth.
I'm super hungover.
disgusting.
I'm super hungover. I'm super hungover. So you continue. I apologize.
So hot.
I can't take anything seriously with Jake Murphy right behind his head.
I got a headache. The lights beaming in my face.
All right,
Hungover.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
take it
So
up.
you continue.
We're off the rails already.
I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking.
That is the last time the Colts won in Jacksonville, and it was the year 2014. What maybe the biggest curse in the entire NFL is the Indianapolis Colts in Jacksonville, Florida. And look, this Colts team is a team that's got aspirations this year. They've got one of the best defenses, led by Shaq Leonard. They've got a great run game. They've got Matt Ryan. They want to win, but we saw last year a Colts team of aspirations get cursed in Jacksonville. We've seen over and over again this team be unable to win. So, Jacksonville's on the way up a little bit.
You like Jacksonville?
I'm saying I want to see if the Colts can finally break the curse. It's been 8 years, guys. 8 years.
And Jacksonville played well. Jacksonville played well against Washington. It wasn't like they
quarterback
went
sucks,
out
though.
there and got murdered. You think Lawrence is horrible?
Horrible.
Horrible.
Did you watch the game? I had Commanders, my best bet, -2.5. Trevor Lawrence rolling out left. Game on the line. Let me throw up a punt. Pick.
No.
Typical Lawrence.
See, guys, you know what the thing is, though, in that game? Like, last year, and believe me, as a Steelers fan, I was watching this. I had the Steelers playoff parlay with the Jags and the Steelers. Won $1,000 on that parlay last year. But last week of the season, Colts had a chance to go in, beat the Jags, make the playoffs, and they got mauled. So I'm feeling like they might come in this year and want to just be like, you know what, let's kick this team's ass.
I think they go in there and bully Jacksonville.
They felt that way every single year for the last 7 years because that's how many times in a row they've lost.
Ziggy, this is the first time now where you have Indianapolis going in, and the story is it's a big story nationally now. It's not just within Colts fans. Like, people are talking about it. When you have McAfee talking about it, a lot of people now know.
McAfee never talks about the Colts. Yeah, McAfee, he's totally unrelated to the Colts. He proves the national media is excited about it.
He really publicized that loss to Jacksonville and how pissed off he was. And he's the biggest name in sports media, outside of a couple people here or there.
Paul Farrington, for instance.
Outside of me, Andrew, and Paul, and Ziggy.
No. I think that within that Colts locker room, there's going to be a big, we need to win this game. We have to win this game. And Matt Ryan is a lot better than Carson Wentz. He was surprisingly fast, in my opinion.
Matt Ryan's my dark horse MVP.
I mean, the Colts in the last quarter and a half of that game looked like what they're supposed to look like. Yeah. Sluggish start.
New quarterback, little sluggish start.
Yeah, on the road.
They win this game by 20.
Michael Pittman
look, on the road, sluggish start, week 1, got their act together. Jacksonville stinks. They're bad.
Yep. I have nothing to say but Colts by 20.
But you know what the thing is, though, too, is I think Jacksonville should beat the Commanders. Like, the Commanders suck also.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Like, I'm taking Detroit over the Commanders this week.
I thought Jacksonville should have won that game.
Me too. I think Washington stinks.
All right.
I like Detroit -1 in that game.
So we're both on Indy, you're on Indy, and Ziggy sticking with Jacksonville.
I believe in curses. I'm sorry. I don't think this is the year the Colts are going to overcome
If anyone were to believe in curses, it should be me. So, sports curses, yeah.
Yeah, you.
What's Andrew got?
I've never won anything in my life. All right.
What's your play, Andrew?
Enough people.
What have I won in sports?
You're not a Jets fan. That's a
You
win.
got a ring. You have a ring.
Wait, hey, what have I won?
You're stop.
Yeah,
You've won
yeah,
most
man.
winning
That's
seasons
2
without
rings.
winning a playoff game in NFL history.
Andrew, what game are you paying attention to?
Well, obviously, there's one game we'll be paying attention to, but besides that, I guess
actually, before you pick, we didn't get to hear you talk about the Jets Week 1 performance. Would you like to?
You want to talk about that or no?
No,
Maybe
I don't want to talk
30
about it.
seconds because
Andrew,
Okay, fine. I'll give you 30 seconds. I'm not.
Hear this.
I would love to hear it because
I want to hear this.
if
so
I remember
badly.
correctly, I sat here saying their offense will be inept. Joe Flacco will not do anything. The Ravens will be celebrating in the end zone. I think they threw an interception. 10 minutes into the game, Kyle Hamilton was already celebrating in the end zone. How many times did Kyle Hamilton celebrate?
I
in the
know
end
you
zone?
were nervous for an entire half.
Dude, all I remember about Kyle Hamilton is when Joe Flacco threw it to Garrett Wilson and Kyle Hamilton's Achilles are still on MetLife's 30-yard line. But besides that, listen, Joe Flacco, I was misguided. I thought he could still play a little bit. I heard, he looks good in training camp. He's terrible. He's a statue. He drops back. He takes a three-step drop back every single time. And if there is any pressure in his face whatsoever, he just falls down. So he stinks. I'm not going to even talk about the offense. Garrett Wilson looked good. Elijah Moore, every time they throw him the ball, seemed to make a catch. Don't know why they didn't keep throwing it to him. Corey Davis still sucks, which I've been saying. Braxton Berrios looked good. Michael Carter looked good. Elijah Vera Tucker, highest rated O-lineman week 1, looked great. O-line didn't look bad. All that positive. Defense looked good. Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, only 2 cornerbacks in the top 10 on the same team. Great week from them. Mosley looked good. The pass rush looked good. Joyner looked terrible, so the safeties didn't look great. However, listen.
And the Ravens are a good team.
The Ravens are a good
very
team. So
Overrated team.
Maybe a little bit right now, but
and again, it's week 1. In the NFL, we've seen it for years. People overreact to week 1. I'm not going to judge this team until Zach Wilson is under center or the defense is like inept like they were last year, giving up. Just the teams would just turn around, hand the ball off, 8-yard run, 8-yard run, 8-yard run.
I think it's fair.
Trust me, my Sunday was ruined. I was in shambles.
I mean, I told you. All of us here told you that.
Me and Andrew woke up Sunday morning in Bermuda with splitting headaches.
With the number one pick in the draft, which we'll get to soon. I took the Ravens Jets for a reason.
I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Andrew, I was pissed. I had you guys too. But in a parlay with the
as a
Steelers.
former Jets fan, would you agree with everything Andrew said there with his assessment?
No. Honestly, I think the Jets are a classic week 1 overreaction. You're talking about like the future when Zach Wilson comes back, this defense develops a little bit. I'm expecting the Jets to be competitive next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm expecting the Jets to win next week.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know about win, but I do like Jets plus 6.5. And again, I just think Joe Flacco's bad. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm thinking about this year.
Joe Flacco was fine. Flacco was fine.
Ziggy, he was terrible.
Joe Flacco was
horrendous.
You guys are so misguided.
I'm saying he's terrible.
No. Look,
you think the Jets are going to they're going to go in there and Cleveland's going to run
All
over them.
The Jets looked great run defense. The
Cleveland's
Ravens
gonna
had
run all
65
over
rush yards. They're the best rushing team in the league.
Okay, well, you don't.
Cleveland's going to run all over them.
All right, so you know what? My pick will be Brad. Because you did
this.
this. I didn't pick this. They did it. I'm doing the Jets and Brad. The Jets are going to stuff this bum, Jacoby Brissett. He looked horrible. I watched every play of that damn game because my biggest bet was on the Panthers. And Baker is not back. He's terrible, too. The Jets are going to stuff this team 8 in the box. And their cornerbacks that they had 2 in the top 10 are going to shut down Donovan Peoples-Jones and what's his name? Schwartz. Who's the other guy?
That's not who you have to worry about. Amari Cooper.
But I mean,
I guess Amari Cooper, too. And I know Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I know they have the tandem, but I just feel confident. I think Salah, in my eyes, listen, can I say 2 things quickly about Salah?
Is it in New York?
No, it's in Cleveland.
the Browns go in 10-0.
No, this is better for the Jets. At home, they just get booed. We go 3 and out, they're booed. It's over. We have a home field disadvantage. So until we start winning,
that's what I've always said.
Sounds like
that's what I have
said.
always said.
Not because they're...
No. MetLife is better for opponents because opponents' fans take over their stadium.
No, they don't. No.
Yes, they do.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Whenever I go into MetLife,
Jets fans just hate their team.
that's also true.
But let me finish this point.
MetLife is a home game for everybody who plays there.
Would you have booed them on Sunday?
Oh, 100%. I was booing the Mets on Tuesday night from Bermuda.
What a horrible fan base, man.
Regardless, 2 things about Salah. Okay. 1, I think he's a great defensive mind. It shows every week he has good game plans to hold Lamar. Like, During the game, like, where's Carl Lawson? Where's all this? And then I see, like, on Twitter after the game, I see these guys posting clips, like, he's set the edge every time. And he has very disciplined players. I think it's very hard to do that as a head coach, to get players, like, sack leaders, to get them to, buy into this concept. So I think, kudos, Robert. Good job. The defense looks great. But I swear to God, and it's going to come out because he won't stop. And I've said it on my Twitter almost every week. Can he stop running the goddamn stairs of the stadium before the game? Like, bro, what are you doing? Stop running the stairs. Start game planning. He's running stairs. Oh, Robert Saleh out at 10 a.m. running MetLife stairs. Stop! Get in the coach's office and game plan. And they're like, oh, we're taking receipts. Dude, you put on a circus week after week. He's like, oh, Jets fans, you need to be patient. Bro, we haven't won a game in September since 2018.
Yet he's
that is the worst. And he's like, relax. I'm done relaxing. How many years is this going to take? How many years, Paul?
I think Ziggy.
So you're not going into Cleveland and covering that game.
Thank you. That's it. I don't want to hear anything else about the goddamn Jets.
I think Ziggy actually just left.
Okay.
I apologize for getting worked up about the Jets, and I know that's not what...
Ziggy's gone.
I just care about this team so much. And people ask me, why do you like the Jets? Like, all this stuff. You don't get to pick who you like. I hate when people do that. That's why I hate the damn Rangers. And I know that has nothing to do with football. These people wear these jerseys into school.
Andrew. You don't know how happy I was when the Lightning won that series.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. Best time of my freaking life when the Lightning knocked them out of the playoffs. Best time of my life.
This isn't. I'm just saying that I've gone through hell and back for this team. I watched Greg McElroy against a liner Jets. I'm sorry. I might cry. I almost cried on Sunday.
I bet your dad. Tom Keenan, loyal listener, $100 beginning of the season on who has more wins, Jets or Steelers, and I might text him now. Like, I'll let him cash out for $80 now if he wants to.
Listen,
I'll let him cash out now.
And I know the viewers like me getting all worked up about the Jets, but like, I'm being serious.
No, this is genuine. I think he's actually kind of crying.
Something I've said in the past is, like, when the one day I find that girl that loves me, like, through sickness and health.
We're really going down a rabbit hole here.
This is my sickness.
Ziggy is still gone.
On Sundays.
Yeah, I just texted her. I said, "Where'd you go?"
On Sundays from 1 to whatever time the Jets play, 1 to 4, 4 to 8. You do not disturb me. I'm gonna watch the Jets. I'm gonna be screaming. I'm gonna be throwing remotes. I'm gonna be throwing tantrums. And I'm getting laughed at. But it's okay. Because I'm willing to be that fool.
Are you okay?
Because that one day, Paul.
Nope.
That one day when we're
running
running out of that tunnel in the Super Bowl, it might not be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Prediction.
I will burn New York City to the ground.
I'm gonna say one thing.
I think he dies before they win a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna say that my Pittsburgh Pirates win a World Series before the Jets win a Super Bowl.
Well, the Jets will never win a Super Bowl, so
I don't know if my Pirates will either. It's just a matter of I could be 80, you could be 82.
Well done, Andrew. That was nice. Yeah. We're happy you got that off your chest.
These are true emotions.
Hey,
no, they are.
Jets, Jets.
And
Jets.
One last thing before you start. I'm sorry to take too much time because I'm sweating as well, the lights and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm a fool though, because just like Jack did, if we win against the Browns on Sunday, I'll be in that stadium on the next week leading those chants.
Unreal. All right, I'm gonna go with.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
I think Dolphins-Ravens is a great game. I think Bengals-Cowboys. I just want to see how Burrow bounces back. But I'm going to go with the Bears at the Packers. I obviously have some interest NFC North-wise, but I'm really curious because this could be another situation similar to the Niners and the Seahawks.
I was thinking the same thing.
Where I think both teams may have performed differently than they will the rest of the season.
I think Green Bay blows out Chicago.
Yeah, the Packers came in.
Not even close.
I think they're 30 point
in Minnesota. They really did have just a couple plays not go their way.
Watson dropped that.
Watson dropping 4th and goal from the 1 yard line. If you flip those in their favor, they very well might win that game. And Rodgers looked fine. There were a couple times where receivers were wide open still. Obviously, Devontae Adams is a huge loss. But going back to Green Bay now, going back to Lambeau, what does he say to the Bears? He says, "I own you." And remember last year in Soldier Field, "I own you." I think that it's going to be a statement
And didn't
game for Rodgers.
the Packers look terrible week 1 last year as well?
Yeah, they lost like 38-3.
And then Rodgers went on to be the MVP. So I'm not worrying.
You have Bears fans now like tweeting all this, making fun of the Packers for losing week 1. We won week 1.
Like, bro, you played at home in a swimming pool.
Do they
Shut up.
Do they not realize now that their team is going into Green Bay on Sunday Night Football?
Yeah,
and the whole nation is going to be laughing at them when they lose 28-0.
I think it'll be 42 to nothing.
Yeah.
And I think Fields and them. I don't want to say they overperformed because I didn't think they looked that great. I think San Francisco played horrible, but I just think that the result is not something.
I mean, Montgomery stinks. Mooney stinks.
Ziggy, what are your thoughts? Chicago, Green Bay.
Look, here's why Green Bay has an advantage. Green Bay has an offense and a defense. Chicago only has one of those.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That is
you got to be able to
point.
score points to win games, and I just can't see Chicago putting up 4 defensive touchdowns in this game, which is more or less what they need to be competitive.
And, well, a lot of Bears fans who talk about how Mitch Trubisky and that team went 13-3 a few years ago, they failed to mention that I think that Bears team had 27 or 29 turnovers. It was an ungodly amount, and they scored a lot too.
How about
that
Mitch?
Khalil Mack team?
How about
no?
Mitch?
Mitch was a fine leader, but that team relied on defense. We've seen it for Chicago in a while now. Their defense seems to match their offense a lot of weeks and points, and that's just not going to be the case this year.
And you got that 2018 offense was significantly better than what we saw from the Bears last week.
And I think Matt Nagy at the time was a much better coach too.
Coach of the year.
For that 1 year.
Coach of the year.
1 year, Matt Nagy was a tremendous offensive play caller. They were so creative, fun to watch, and now I don't want to say right now that Chicago's offense won't be fun, but
they won't be fun.
It's not going to be the way it was. I'll watch him. I want to see Justin Fields.
And
what we expect
saw
them to be 2018 Bears.
What we saw out of Green Bay week 1 is not Green Bay.
No.
Like I hope it is. I really hope it is.
But it's not.
I think
that's
there's
not.
more of a kudos to the Vikings. I think the Vikings are a very good team this year.
Oh, intern Jeff says Minnesota's the Super Bowl pick.
They're plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl.
They are.
It's a good pick.
This is the problem.
That is a problem.
Ziggy, this is the problem for us right now is that everyone
in the NFC
is jumping on the Vikings train now. Like this.
But what's not to love?
The whole thing's going to be Kirk Cousins. Can he perform in the playoffs?
And
in prime time.
It's going to blow up in our face. I know it.
But the NFC is bad.
It's wide open. It's wide.
You could win the NFC. I think.
I think the winner of the North is my pick to go to the Super Bowl. But look, it has the feeling of a special Vikings here, and that is terrifying.
Well, speaking of the Vikings, I don't know if you're done with the Bears and Packers, but if you are, we could go to, unless Ziggy has something else.
Did you have a closing thought? It looked like you had something you wanted to say.
Any Steelers? You want to talk Steelers Patriots?
No, we'll go to each game.
Oh, let's see. What did you?
Oh, right. Okay.
Go ahead, Ziggy. Were you gonna say something?
All I wanted to say was you can't accuse. I jumped off a Super Bowl winning team last year to support the Vikings. No one can say I'm not committed.
Oh, no, you are committed. You're 100% committed. You did. You jumped off the Super Bowl champion. And then maybe it just follows you. Maybe success follows you. Because I think back in 2017 when the Vikings went to the NFC Championship game, you were kind of a Vikings fan that year. So you really, everywhere you go, there's winning. Not the front runner.
Ziggy's a winner.
Whatever they are. Ziggy's a winner.
Like Geno Smith.
Zach,
each game.
Do you have that music queued up? We're gonna try and avoid copyright here.
Here,
YouTube,
you preview the segment. Preview what we're about to do.
All right, so we're gonna do like College Game Day. We're gonna try and be a little quick. There it is in the background.
Paul's bringing the ball up right
So
here.
how many games do we have?
All right, we have
16.
Nah,
Less,
maybe we're not doing Thursday night, and we're
so 14.
So 15.
Oh, 15.
No 14. No Monday night either.
There's no, we'll do Monday night. This is coming out Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. So all right, let's go through them like College Game Day, one at a time, maybe a sentence or two. Jack,
do it.
Commanders at Lions.
I said it before.
Are we doing spread or no?
No
Sorry.
spread.
Okay.
No spread.
Okay.
Game pass.
Okay.
Said it before. Love the Lions at home in this spot. Give me Detroit.
Zach, sorry, whoa, Ziggy. Commanders, Lions.
Honestly, Jared Goff, goated, legitimately good quarterback. Give me the Lions. Better QB wins.
He's my new fantasy QB, baby. He's my new fantasy QB.
I'll take the Commanders.
Commanders. I got Detroit as well. I think that their offense it's just too much for Washington. Jack, Jets at Browns.
Browns, and they cover.
Yes. Ziggy?
Jets win.
Jets win.
Oh, I got Browns. I think Chubb and Hunt
By the
run
way,
all
I'll be
over
picking
them.
the Jets every week. I don't care who. I
week?
can't not pick.
I'm on the Steelers every week, too. I'm on the Steelers every week also.
Unbelievable.
We'll be 17.
I actually think they'll win this week. Jets.
Tampa Bay at New Orleans. I don't think Brady has ever beat the Saints in New Orleans as a Buccaneer. Is that right?
No, he never has. The Saints have won 4 straight against the Bucs.
Except the playoff game, yeah. Except the playoff game.
The Saints have won 4 straight against the Bucs. I hate betting against the Bucs in New Orleans. It's close. Flip a coin. Tampa Bay.
I talked about curses, so you might think we can pick Tampa Bay, but the Saints are cursed with having Jameis Winston as their quarterback. Give me the Bucs.
I'll tell you a little story quick. I bet Tom Brady. I bet against Tom Brady with the Chiefs in that Super Bowl. Then I did it again with the doghouse game of the week, game 1. After telling myself, bet against this guy, I'll take the Bucs.
Learned your lesson? All right. Well done. Well done. I'm also going to go with the Bucs because I think the Saints...
So taking the Bucs still makes me want to take the Saints.
You're not going to lone wolf it? You should have lone wolf that.
I hate the Saints. Everyone knows I hate the Saints. Eternal misery.
Lone wolf it. You're on the Saints.
Eternal misery for
Ball's
the
on the
Saints.
Saints. Ball's on the Saints. Keep going.
Bucs all the way. Panthers at Giants. Something about... I kind of like this.
The G-Man. 2-0. New Jersey football is back, baby. New Jersey football is back, Big Blue. Giants.
I took the Giants last week. Y'all made fun of me. I'm not going off the Giants. Give me 2-0.
All right.
I'll take a tie.
You'll take a tie.
0-0.
0-0 tie.
But if I can't pick a tie and it's not allowed,
What are those
I'll
odds?
take the Panthers.
Those odds are on FanDuel somewhere.
He's back in Baker. I say.
No, I'm fading Daniel Jones.
If this is college game day, I'm saying not so fast, Andrew. The G-Man, Saquon, 125 yards. I got
The
Giants.
G-Man.
All right, Steelers hosting the Patriots. I wonder who he's gonna pick here. I kind of love the music in the back.
Steelers are a dog. I'm taking them alternate minus 14. Big in their home opener. Steelers.
Why not 13.5? Why 14?
They'll win by more than 14. And I get a little more value.
All right, Ziggy, Steelers.
I think people are forgetting that Mac Jones is like racing back from a back injury. Give me the Steelers. He's going to get hit hard and hit early.
He also stinks.
That's actually a great point. No, I have not heard anyone except Ziggy. In all of sports media, no one has said that except Ziggy. It's a great poll. Andrew?
Steelers.
I like the Steelers too. I think they live in that backfield.
Shit, we
New
all
England,
the
New,
Steelers.
England's, New England's horrible. So yeah, run to the bank, everyone. Take out all your money and put everything on New England. All right, Colts at Jaguars. We talked about it briefly earlier.
I hate laying points on the road, but more so in college. So Colts.
Jags.
Ziggy, you're on Jacksonville.
Colts.
Colts here as well. For Zach, Dolphins at Ravens.
Baltimore.
Ooh, very quickly, very quick.
Baltimore.
Ziggy?
Easy pick. Easy. Baltimore.
Listen, like I said, I'd come out here and give Tua his flowers if he played well. I thought he played terrible, and they won in spite of him. I'm being serious. I watched the game. He had one good throw, a 4th down to Jalen Waddle.
He did have one good. Yeah.
I
one
love
throw.
that Mike McDaniel's is his name, right? I love that he went for it on 4th and 7, not a typical,
Stones.
Just let the clock run down. Let's go for it.
Stones.
However, the Ravens are going to blow him out.
Everyone here is on the Ravens.
Lone wolf it. Are you gonna lone wolf it?
Ow!
Lone wolf it. Lone
Man,
wolf
I
it.
want to take Miami so badly, but I have the Ravens by a tiny bit. Tiny bit.
As Lee Corso says, Ravens close.
Very close. All right, next up we have Atlanta at LA. Battle of 0-1.
Which LA?
Rams. Sorry.
I mean, this is just a sweep.
Rams.
We don't really need to.
Ziggy? Falcons.
I mean,
Rams?
Rams. It's easy. Sorry.
I asked which LA like it means
Rams.
anything.
Next.
I also have the Rams. Seattle and San Francisco.
This should be another one. You
In
just
San
go
Hey,
for the next thing.
as Lee Corso says, San Fran wins. Seattle covers. Close.
Ziggy?
Close.
I think San Fran blows him out of the water. I don't think it's going to be close. Trey Lance, it's going to be the first game we really see what he can do.
He might be right.
And my fantasy quarterback in every league, hence why I did terrible this week in fantasy. Trey Lance, 13 rushing attempts, promising. Now he's RB1 also as QB1. Big game from Trey. Blowout.
Seattle regresses. Trey Lance ascends. Big game for Trey Lance.
Wait a minute.
The Niners.
So I have the Niners winning too. You guys have them covering because I want to lone wolf it.
I don't think he gets a
All right, so we're all on the Niners. We're all the Niners to win
Couple
the game.
games left here. Bengals at Cowboys. No Dak Prescott. Big problem.
I watched that team, Dallas, play last week. I had Dak in fantasy.
They're the worst team in the NFL.
One of the worst teams I've ever seen.
Ever.
I think Cincinnati bounces back after that brutal loss to Pittsburgh. I don't know if they cover 7.5,
They
but
do.
Cincy wins the game.
Alternate spread
Ziggy?
17.5 Bengals.
Whoa. All right. Big spread.
Cincinnati by a million.
Cincinnati by a million. I also hate. I also have the Bengals.
Wait a minute. No.
Wait.
Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush.
Oh,
Ow!
hey.
Cooper Rush.
Jack,
Ow!
he did bad things to the Vikings last year, but
He's a bad man.
I'm off Cooper Rush.
I mean, you can't be worse than Dak was.
No, you can't. I'm on the Cowboys. I'm back in the Cowboys.
Texans at Broncos. Come on.
Broncos.
We all got Ziggy.
Oh, off that loss?
I'm as big a
Covered.
Davis Mills believer as they come. Texans cover. Broncos win, but Texans cover.
Okay.
I have Texans winning. I will never, ever, ever back a coach that goes for a 65-yard field goal.
So he's had enough of Nathaniel.
I will be for the Jets and against the Broncos every week. That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I have the Broncos. After that, we have Arizona at Vegas. That's an interesting one.
I had Arizona last week against the Chiefs.
Never again.
Never again.
They stand.
Never
Vegas.
again.
Vegas lost close this past week. They're in
Vegas
Vegas.
had 5
right?
turnovers.
They'll beat
They
Arizona.
didn't have 5 turnovers. They win that game.
Give me Vegas.
Ziggy?
I'm also on board with Vegas. I think this team's really good.
No, we're not.
Oh, it's looping again, baby. Here we go.
All right, you're on
Vegas
Vegas.
easy.
Yeah, you said last week Vegas lost close.
Lost close. I think they win
This week they win big.
They win big.
Raiders.
Yep.
Bears at Packers. We talked about before. We're all on Green Bay, right?
Yeah,
we're
Green
all on
Bay.
Green Bay.
Clean sweep.
All right, clean sweep. We move on. Titans at Bills.
I think we're all. Let's
Look.
Hey, you remember last year?
I think a
I
lot
think
of
Josh
people.
Allen does.
Josh Allen does.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will love the Bills here. I think Titans keep it close. Bills win.
The Titans just have a way to stay in these games they don't belong in. I don't think they're going to pull it out, but they cover. I'm with Jack here.
Bills
What's
win
the
by a
spread?
touchdown. 9.5.
9.5.
Bills win by a touchdown.
Bills win by 35.
I think that Ryan Tannehill's sitting there in Tennessee, looking at this number right now, saying to himself, they remember me. But more importantly, they remember Derrick Henry. Titans, upset of the week, the Titans. Maybe I'll come back to regret that. Vikings, Eagles, last game, Monday Night Football in Philly. A place I don't really...
Everyone's blowing Minnesota hard. Philly.
Philly? Ziggy?
Skull.
The Skull?
Kirk Cousins primetime, Philly.
Oh, all right. Vikings,
Yep.
Dogs on the road. Remember the NFC Championship game?
Give me Philly.
6.5 point favorites. I think the Vikings this time, they're wearing the dog mask. Minnesota, close. Real close. All right, that's the segment. See, that was much better than last week.
Yes.
Much better than last week.
Got our picks in, but it went fast.
And I think now we need to find a new song. We'll have this one we can't. We actually can't.
We got loads and loads of time. We'll conjure something up.
But now,
look at us. Now, oh yeah, you're right.
this is a big part of the show.
I think I want the YouTube cut to start here. And now we move on to the Jack Cap of the week. Finally.
Oh, boys.
Look, an applause before the cap.
I'm just going to sit here and take in the excellence.
Me too. I'm going to put
Do
I
I-
might even put my leg up.
Do I have something in store for all of you? I'll pat myself on the back. Good start to the season. Florida week 1. BYU last week. Andrews over. We celebrated a big win in Provo. 2:30 in the morning Eastern time the game ended. We were out happy.
Great game.
2-0. And I didn't really know, guys, who I was picking for week 3 until about 30 minutes ago. And let me just clarify what the Jack Cap is for all you listeners who might not know. It's this crazy reasoning, these crazy signs and ideas I get for me to pick a college football team on Saturday. It's like a sign from God, like a gift from above. Something
Can't
just
explain
tells me.
it. You can't
explain. So here we go. About 30 minutes ago, Paul, I got out of the shower, finished dinner. I was getting ready to come over and record this podcast with you lovely lads. Took this shirt out of my closet. Didn't think anything of it. Threw it on my bed. Put it on. And I'm like, You can't see it. It's small writing, but it says Margaritaville. You know, like the song. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Song we all know and love. And I bought this shirt down when I was on vacation in Key West, Florida. My favorite place to go on vacation. I go there once a year with my family. Paradise down there. Absolute paradise. Best place in the world. And there's an area in Key West. It's called Margaritaville. You know, like New York City has Chinatown. Key West has Margaritaville. Ziggy's dozing off here, but you know, when I give him his lock.
I mean, look, my dreams are more likely to give me a lock than anything you pull out. That's why. That's all I'm saying.
That's great.
So, like New York City has Chinatown, Key West has an area called Margaritaville. You know, shops, restaurants, bars, very nice, pretty area. That's where I got this shirt. It says Margaritaville. One of my favorite shirts. And the area is called Margaritaville because the song was written in Key West, Florida, by the one and only Jimmy Buffett. I mean, a man we all know and love.
Before we started the show tonight.
The best to ever do it, Jimmy Buffett. We love Jimmy Buffett.
Perhaps another sign from God.
And it was a sign from God. He wrote.
I still don't know where this is going.
He wrote that song, Margaritaville, while he was living in Key West. And thank God for Jimmy Buffett, because every time I hear Margaritaville, it takes me back to my favorite place in the world. It puts me on that beach, puts that cocktail in my hand, takes me to paradise. What would we do if Jimmy Buffett never picked up a guitar and started playing music? Man, it wouldn't be the same. Now, urban legend has it, the first time Jimmy Buffett ever picked up a guitar and started playing music was his freshman year of college in a frat house when he was attending Auburn University, and it all hit me. I love Margaritaville. I love this shirt. I love Key West. I love Jimmy Buffett. And man, oh man, I love Auburn. I love Auburn.
Wow. You know, people will doubt. People will doubt.
War, damn, Eagle. War, damn, Eagle. Three-point home dog to Penn State this week. I don't want the points. I want them outright on the money line.
Wow.
Plus 130. It's an orange out. A sea of 90,000 people wearing orange, down in Jordan-Hare, down in the plains. It's a revenge game. Hey, everybody loves Penn State, guys. They won big last week. Auburn looked sluggish. Penn State's ranked now. Yippee! Everybody loves Penn State on the road. Give me Auburn in a sea of orange on the money line. War, damn, Eagle, baby. Hey, and I'll be there. I'll be in attendance, rooting those Tigers on. Give me the Tigers. Give me the Tigers.
Very well done.
You know what?
It's so ridiculous that it can't be made up.
I mean, and it can't lose. It also can't
I
lose.
should just put this on the board now, right? Just the trend. I mean,
we're
Auburn.
put it
What's
in
the
blue.
line? 3.5? Or you just want money line?
Oh, Auburn's winning outright.
So you don't want the points?
I want outright.
Okay.
Auburn's winning that game. Put it blue up now. They're not losing.
Incredible. All right.
It's gonna be hot too.
That's a great
Penn State
transition.
don't like that.
I wonder where we could go with his first pick. So, to describe real quick for if you're tuning in for the first time, we have this little competition here between me, Jack, Ziggy, producer Zach, and Andrew, where we all take some games. We all pick some games for the weekend. But to make it more fun, what we do...
It was like $15 at party.
It was nice.
You got to bring that with you.
But I needed it. Oh, I'm bringing it. You know I'm bringing it.
It was nice. So to avoid being like every other show where they give their game picks, you know, kind of what we just did right now, we broke it up into a draft, and there are 4 categories. There's NFL against the spread, NFL over-unders, college football, any bet you want, and the last category is fantasy player head-to-head matchup. So the way it works is if I nail all 3 of my picks against the spread NFL, over-under NFL, college, any pick, I get 3 points. Same works for Jack, Zach, Ziggy, and Andrew. And then the last category, we're able to have our fantasy player. Whichever one of our fantasy players scores the most points in full PPR format, they get an additional point. At the moment, after last week's draft, it stands, everyone's at 2 except Zach. Okay? So what we do now is we draft our picks. So Jack can take whatever he wants, but
Jack
after he takes it...
I just made my pick, my friend.
Yeah, so after he takes it, Auburn is now off the table.
And the other side is off the board as well.
So, okay, officially, Auburn is off the table to kick off the draft. Moves us on to Ziggy. Ziggy, you have the second pick in the week 2 draft.
Yeah, this strikes me as a pretty easy one. When I'm looking at that Bears-Packers game, I think that under is hitting easily. So that's why I'm taking Bears-Packers under 42.5 should be free. The Bears aren't scoring more than 10 points.
I like that.
Okay, let me get that down. Bears-Packers under 42.5. All right, that brings us to you, Zach.
Yeah, it'll be like 30-7.
So, this pick, the reason I'm picking this team is because if you didn't know where Dan Campbell came from, he was our tight ends coach when he played for the Miami Dolphins. He then, for a little bit, became the interim head coach when we fired our head coach midseason because, again, bad years for the Dolphins about 3, 4, 5 years ago. So we had to fire him. So give me the Lions -1.5.
Ooh, okay.
At home, the first time in, 24 games that they have not been underdogs.
I love that.
Really?
Pick. I think the Lions win that game by like 20 points.
I think that's a good pick as well.
All right.
Andrew?
All right, hold on. Give me a second here.
The always prepared Andrew Keenan.
I have 2 points up there just like the rest of us.
This man's a handicapper.
I am a handicapper.
There's nothing else to describe. This man's a handicapper.
Okay, so what I'm going to do exactly what I did. You're last. Okay, I'm going to do exactly what I did last week. Whatever game I thought was going under the most, I just took the over, and the over was hit twice. That was Lions-Eagles. I thought was going to be 7-3, and they scored 80 points. I think Giants, like I just said, Giants-Panthers, I predicted a 0-0 tie, so I will take the over.
The over,
Andrew,
okay.
Don't be
Giants.
afraid to fade yourself.
Don't ever be afraid. I am fading myself.
Don't ever be afraid to fade yourself.
Giants,
I also went
Panthers.
1-8 on Sunday, so whatever I think, I'm taking the opposite.
The over-under is 43.5, and
Makes no sense.
I'm
Better
sorry.
than 0-9.
You said you're taking the
over.
Right, yeah, okay, over. All right, that brings things over to me. Man, all right, there's a couple picks I'm looking at for NFL right now. There's a couple. I like Tampa -2.5 at New Orleans, but again, that's kind of dangerous. I do also like Cincinnati -7.5 against Dallas. I think that's a route.
They're both surfing in rough waters, but I can see it.
I think I'm going to avoid the NFL against the spread to start. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to take a fantasy player here. And remember, I forgot to mention this before. You cannot take a top 12 running back or receiver for the week.
From that, and we do it week by week, right? Whoever
we do it week by
ESPN comes out with the top
So we have
12,
ESPNs.
you can't take any of them. Can we repeat? Are you allowed to repeat who you picked, right? No repeating who you've already chosen.
You can't repeat who
You
you
can't repeat who you've chosen.
I can't. So I can't. Why can I not take
Because
Brandon
then you
Cooks?
could just take the same person every week.
Well, yeah, someone else could have taken him.
No, you can't repeat.
Oh, no, I think you should.
I think you should be able to repeat.
Someone else take Brandon
You
Cooks.
should be able to repeat. There's nothing wrong with repeat.
No repeat.
No, repeats are allowed.
Look, me and Andrew are on the same page. That's boring.
Well, that is boring.
I'm going to say
It's
repeats
not going to make sense
You
to
know what?
repeat
Yeah, I mean-
most of the time.
Yeah, why would you want to?
It's not going to make
right?
sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Put him up.
Brandon
Hold it. I'm going to first take Notre Dame -10.5. I'm taking that. Give me Notre
Big
Dame
mistake, Paul.
-10.5.
Big mistake.
you see? This is Irish wear green. They're wearing green
Irish wear
uniforms.
green.
This
There's
is
no
going
way.
to be
There's no
a
way.
hostile stadium. I know a lot of Cal fans. I'm going to be at that game. It's going to be overrun with University of California supporters.
The whole time I was on Cal -12.5, but USC -12.5. But no, 10.5 is too good. And then, all right, Javonte or Brandon Cooks? Javonte or Brandon Cooks? Give me Brandon Cooks. I'll take him again.
He's the only person.
No, give me Javonte Williams. Give me Javonte Williams. I changed it. Javonte Williams.
No.
Last weekend you changed.
Yeah, but we didn't have this board.
Fine, I'll take Brandon Cooks. Okay. Go
He's
ahead.
the only guy in that offense.
Go ahead,
He's
Brandon
bound to
Cooks.
have decent weeks.
I'm fine with Brandon. All right.
And Andrew spells it wrong too.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, go ahead. Your pick.
This is my board.
Same crap. Just write
Yeah.
Cooks. Just write Cooks. Everyone knows who it is.
All right, Andrew, your pick.
I did graduate college, and I can't spell a guy's name.
Well, that's what you tell us. That's what you tell us.
That's what the college tells me. Hold on. Always prepared. I'll go back to the NFL, and I will take. Who do I hate?
He fades himself.
I'm fading myself.
Very smart.
I hate the Broncos. I can't take a -9.5. That's such a bad bet.
That's too big.
I'll take Javonte Williams.
F this guy, man. That's horrible.
Oh, he's gonna go off Javonte Williams this week. I was eyeing him too. I wasn't gonna get him though.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I do have him in fantasy.
Zach?
It's perk.
I thought long and hard about this on who I want to take. I don't think I'm going to take a fantasy player yet.
Long and hard, Zach.
Long and hard about this one. And I think I want to take Georgia.
I like
home.
that. I like that pick.
I have no idea what they are. They're like minus 31.5.
I think they're minus 24.5.
They're on the road.
They're on the road. Careful.
They're minus 20. They're minus 24.5 at South Carolina.
Careful.
Zach,
Careful.
Georgia's great. It's a
Careful.
good pick.
Was I taking Georgia?
Careful.
Am I thinking of Georgia?
Yes, you're thinking Georgia's at South Carolina.
South Carolina's going to cover that game. Be careful.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
He said, "Oh,
I could have sworn whoever I picked.
I
Is
put no
Georgia
pen to
3?
paper.
No, I'm thinking Ohio State. That's
31
who
and
I
a
want.
half.
Yeah.
Ohio
that's
State
what-
versus
Ohio State
Toledo.
at home.
Ohio
Yeah.
State."
Yeah.
Hey, Toledo can be dangerous.
Remember what the scores the last time they
When
played
Ohio
Toledo,
State's at
Paul?
home.
28-22, Ohio State.
31.5. Zach, those Toledo kids, Toledo's in Ohio.
Yeah. But you hear what Ziggy said? That was the last score. You know what
28-22.
Ohio State's not going to let happen again at home? That.
Probably. Ziggy, who you got?
Hopefully right.
I'm taking a fantasy player. Give me Washington running back Antonio Gibson. I think he's going to get fed against Detroit.
I like that. I like that pick as well. Yep, you're.
I'm going to go with my NFL side and take the Steelers money line against New England.
You can have
You
points.
can't.
What's up?
You can have the points.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, you just
You don't
give
want
them
the
money
points?
line.
I want the
If you
points.
opt to take an underdog on the money line just for clout, you can do that.
Okay, fine. Right, so it's plus 2.5 then. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm saying it's against the spread. Why would you not take the points?
He already denied
Oh,
all
I could have taken the Lions money line. What's the difference?
No, you have the
No,
minus.
you're the minus.
I know, but I could
No,
have taken.
no, you can't.
The Steelers are underdogs.
If he's so confident in an underdog, he can
underdog,
do it.
okay.
Yeah. All right, and
2.5,
you're
right?
you're again.
Sure, 2.5.
You're
Yeah,
up again,
sure.
Jack.
Oh, that's right. Snake draft. Let me glance at these over-unders on the board. I lost my
By the
only-
way, if Auburn wins, loses by a point, he loses.
Oh, because of the money line.
Alfred
Yes,
many
he
times.
wins his money from FanDuel, but
no.
he loses.
I know.
He can use some of that FanDuel money to
Auburn's
pay
gonna
for the lemonade stand.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I'm going to go to NFL over-under, which I lost last week. I faded myself last week. I had the under in Cardinals-Chiefs, thinking it was like inflated, everyone's betting that, and it soared over. Didn't have a chance in that game. I'm going to go with I have no freaking idea.
The NFL over-unders are so hard.
Here we go. I'm going to go under 45.5 in the Rams-Falcons game.
Mistake.
45.5.
Because Atlanta won't score more than 7 points. And the Rams are not that good. That could be 24-7, Rams.
What is it?
20. What was it? Sorry.
No, it's not in the 20s.
No. I'm sorry. I was saying your
45 and a
score.
half?
45.5. That'll be 24-7 Rams.
All right, back to you.
You're
Ziggy.
telling me that Jacoby
It's a
Brissett is
horrible bet.
favored by 6.5 points? No freaking way. Jets plus 6.5.
That Rams-Falcons under is probably
That
horrible.
Rams Falcons under is one of the worst bets of the week, I think. Anyway, free money here. Absolutely
NFL
free
use.
money.
Zach.
Go ahead, Zach.
We can take a Monday night game,
Nope.
right?
No, you can't.
I can't take a Monday
I
night
was going
game.
to take the Eagles,
Oh,
but
You
I
cannot
couldn't.
take the Monday night game.
that puts a damper in.
Yeah, I wanted the Chiefs, but they're
in
Thursday
my-
night.
in my life.
Well, thank you for playing by the rules.
No, of
Thank
course.
you.
I'm a rule follower.
Are you a rule follower though? Wow. This.
I hate these lines.
All right. I'm gonna do this just because it gives me even more of a reason. I'll be watching the game anyway. But give me the over on Dolphins Ravens.
That's at 44.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So right now, what do you have, Zach? You have Lions minus 1.5. You have Ohio State minus 31.5, and the Dolphins Ravens over 44.5.
Should I just give you my fantasy player because you guys can't pick a fantasy player?
No,
Jack can.
We'll get back. Jack can.
Oh, Jack can.
Andrew, go
Never
ahead.
mind then.
I'll go to NC double. Listen, I'm struggling this week. I don't like anything. Again, I think this is. I love Mississippi State minus 1.5, so I think that means they're gonna lose. So, and I hate Bo Nix and Oregon. I think they're the worst team in the country. So I'll take Oregon minus 3.5.
Oregon minus 3.5.
Yeah, I actually like Oregon a lot in that game.
I'm going to go with, for my first pick here, I think I was looking at the Bengals, like I was saying. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers minus 2.5 at New Orleans. I think that they're just better. I don't think the Saints are that good. I think Atlanta had them beat, and they were lucky to come back in that one. So I like that. And then, man, Steelers-Patriots is 40.5. That's a low.
That could be like 17-3.
That could. That's very low.
The Pats won't cross midfield. They stink, the Pats.
They are
The
pretty
Pats
bad.
won't score more than 6 points.
They are pretty bad. I think with my over-under, I'm going to wind up taking the under in Cardinals-Raiders, 51.5. Don't know how I feel.
Oh, no.
Don't know how I feel about that, but that's a lot of points. I can see that being like 24, 21.
51.5?
Yeah.
Oh, you're flipping a coin. It's flipping a coin over under. What's your gut telling you?
Yeah.
All right. So now I have to go to the NFL where I was 1-8, seeing the board horrifically. Maybe I'll heat up.
Were you 1-8?
Yeah, I was 1-8.
Hey, it's better than
Oh
0-9.
my god.
I won the Raiders and I lost everything. I mean, I won the Chargers and I lost everything else.
Wow.
It's better than 0-9.
Oh, never mind. Two. I had the Commanders too. So Commanders and Chargers, lost Jets, lost I lost Patriots, lost.
You lost that.
I mean
Lost
that's your
Broncos.
fault.
I lost
the
everything.
fact that you even picked the Patriots is disbelievable.
The
Except for
amount
one
of times,
Broncos
guys, that I have a good Saturday and lose it all back on the NFL, countless.
So what are you thinking, Andrew?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Paul. I'll be fading Trevor Lawrence. Colts -4.5.
I like that. That was the other game I was thinking. Zach, you a fantasy player?
Well, Paul, you know this fantasy player quite well.
Personally?
Cam Akers?
Personally. Not
Personally.
really. Not
Oh,
personally. But as I like to fade the Jets, give me Kareem Hunt
Oh.
all day.
I like Kareem Hunt.
Is it my turn now or Ziggy's turn?
It's Ziggy's turn.
You like abusers?
Oh, but Ziggy's a fantasy player already.
Ziggy,
Yeah, I've got
so
the
Ziggy,
college spread, and I
Ziggy,
think you
you're
guys
gonna
have missed out on
have now
the. You guys
your
have missed out on the
college.
easiest spread of the week. I think I'm taking UConn plus 47.5. I think there's absolutely no.
What was that game?
UConn plus 47.5. There's two reasons for this. One, Nathan Carter is averaging like 7 yards a carry. Sophomore running back, dude's actually good. Second, Michigan does not have the gumption to cover a 47.5 point spread.
I think that's the first time Nicholas Carter, whatever the hell his name was, has ever got mentioned on any show.
Nathan Carter is good.
Sarah-
You're going to see this weekend.
We should
Ziggy.
we'll tag him
I mean,
on this.
Syracuse just covered a 30.5 point spread against.
Yeah,
UConn.
but the difference between 30
Nathan
and
Carter.
47.5 is significant.
Yeah, and the difference
There's
between
the Syracuse
Michigan and
and Michigan?
Syracuse.
Michigan couldn't cover against
All right, your
Hawaii.
But it's your
They
pick.
couldn't
It's your
cover
Jack,
against
and who was
Colorado
your-
State.
College game.
It's easy.
Auburn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Who's
your
your
fantasy
fantasy
player.
I have my
Who's your
fantasy player.
Nick Chubb. There's no
Chubb.
way he's not top 12.
Nick Chubb.
He's 15.
What?
I mean,
We might have to
it's
raise
full-
this to
it's
like
full
top
PP
15.
It's full PPR too.
That's
So-
true.
Yeah, but
Hunt will catch passes.
Yeah.
Chubb's an animal.
See,
I gotta go Nick Chubb.
if Javante beat Brandon Cooks, I'm gonna be upset here. What did Javante have this week? Like 14.5, 15?
There wasn't as many.
Where's that thing to make the straight line? I had it somewhere.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There
All
are
right,
our
guys,
picks for this weekend.
You guys feel totally free to say no, all right? I don't care because I think Auburn wins. Can I switch to the
No.
3.5?
Oh, you know what?
No, it's on the board.
No. If not, it's all right. Totally cool.
No.
As keeper
No,
of the
he
board,
can
no.
switch. He just has to admit he's a coward who doesn't believe in his pick.
No, I
Okay.
can't. It's,
Admit you're a coward, and then you can.
no, fine. You can switch for 0.5. You can only
No.
win.
I think if he says I'm a
Yeah,
coward,
no, he just has to admit he's a
Okay, fine.
coward and
But
he
it's
can
his
do
fault.
it. That's all.
Admit you went through that whole Jack's cap nonsense for nothing.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Jack. That's what I thought.
All right. There you go. Okay.
Because if Auburn lose by 2, I'm gonna be pissed because I was at the game, and I have the money line anyway. So
So you totally lose. Yeah.
money line. I totally.
I'm
Lose.
going to
All
find
right,
this right
there it is. All right, that's the end of the show. We'll be back with a recap of week 2
Oh, they're gonna-
on Monday night. Thank you. Oh wait, the subscribe stuff.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell on the YouTube channel. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at the Paul Farrington Show or just the Paul Farrington Show. We have a Twitter. I think is it just Paul Farrington Show?
Something like that.
And Twitter.
It's at the Frankie show, yeah.
Yeah, that's about
Follow
it.
and everything. All right. Thanks for listening. See you next time.